Good evening, G Federation, and welcome to day 62 of 100 stadiums in 100 days. Today we're going to take a blast into college football's past, trying to walk on the field at the 3 biggest stadiums I've not tried to walk on the field at one time. One thing interesting about the Deep South is it is just littered with giant stadiums that look just like this, hosting basically nobody. Back in the day, before towns like Tuscaloosa, Alabama and Oxford, Mississippi had the infrastructure to host big 100,000 seat SEC games, they played them in bigger cities like Jackson, Birmingham, and Shreveport. 3 50,000 plus seat stadiums, all brand new to the page. We're gonna see if we can walk on them all right now. I go by the name of G-Fed. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay up on all the stops of the series. Let's get into it. And for how little this stadium is used, it's kept up better than I thought it would be. This brick looks relatively new. Some money had to be put into it in the last decade or so at least. But if we can get in here, will be a completely different question. These are like the tweener spots, I would say, where they're not a university campus, of course. This is technically a professional venue, but it's not professional in the same way that an NFL or MLB stadium would be. Sometimes these work really well to get into, like NASCAR tracks, so they're used so little and they take up so much space, it's not worth having that much security. But other times there's more than you would expect, just like we're seeing right now with this home gate blocked off. It's nothing super secure, it's just one measly gate with the padlock on it, but page rules are page rules. Even though my phone can get over, I can't. We're gonna keep walking over this way. Big reason for that is we have a fair that is getting set up for right now. If you can't tell by this truck going by. The whole other side of the Independence Bowl right now has livestock and carnival games and a bunch of different stuff. Not open right now, but a lot of people working on them, getting ready to use it. We're gonna talk about it a little bit more later, but I did just find an open gate. I just saw this open, but I just saw it shut too. Can I just walk right in? I think this is okay. Welcome to the Independence Bowl, everybody. I doubt there's gonna be that much to see here. If you can't tell already, this is one of the most blank concourses I have ever seen. The least we can do is get out to the field, which we have to do right now. There is a lot of people working around here. I have no clue how much time I have. And here we are at the Independence Bowl, home to 50,000 people used for the Independence Bowl, and I don't really know much beyond that. Here it is. First off, this section, super interesting. Has to be the other side of some sort of club space that is part of that renovation we saw over there. Don't know when that happened, but above the end zone, pretty interesting spot for it. We have probably just a media level and maybe a small club right here we might be able to get into. And just looking around the field, we got more seat backs than I was expecting. There still is a lot of bleachers, but it's probably like 25% seat backs. Not bad for old ass stadium. I wonder what we're doing with all of these boxes over here, or how they got into the front row in the first place. Probably leave before these guys say something. Whether we get on the field or not, I am stoked we just got in one of these. There was a very real shot we go 0-3 this go around. We still might miss the other 2. Getting this one through the hoop was big time. As we're walking around though, just for some backstory on this place, we are on the Louisiana State Fairgrounds. So this is basically the Cotton Bowl for Louisiana. Their bowl game just isn't as cool. Outside of the Independence Bowl game that still happens here every year, there is a few other high school games that'll be going on every now and again, but that's about it. There's also a whole list of semi-pro teams that have played here in the past, and I wore my La Tech hoodie because this used to be Louisiana Tech's home too. But given those circumstances, despite being a 50,000 seat stadium, it is also a 101-year-old stadium that does not get renovated often. This is just kind of the regular scene behind the end zone. I don't think these gates for concessions have been opened in decades. We're gonna try to get up into that press box now. We still have another half of the stadium to see, but that's where all the carnival stuff is and where everyone's parked. Little bit nervous to get over there. I wouldn't mind a stadium this historic having at least something up to see about the history. This might be the blandest stadium I've ever been inside of though. And it looks like this right here is shut to get into the press box up here. Only other chance I might have is these stairs over this way. About 3 stories up. Come on now. Don't think this is gonna do a whole lot more for us than get us to the top of the bleachers. But maybe there's club level access up these stairs and maybe we can walk up through here. We're gonna start with this guy. But as we head over, take in as good of a shot of the Independence Bowl that you're gonna get with all the rides starting over this way. That's what I'm talking about. We had the stairs, but we also have some elevators. That's gotta be the play. I think that there is 0 chance that Independence Bowl blocks off access on these elevators, but we're gonna find out. Right over the highway. Look at that view. I'm actually not sure that this elevator is on at all. We've been here a few minutes. Nothing's happening. Might be a stare kind of day. Wow. Oh. There's something. Every door and elevator we saw was locked, except this guy right here. Let's just get that at a little better angle. 1 foot it. It's all good. And I can't even go up here. Wow, that was dumb. It just goes down. We played ourselves. I'm kind of surprised the one screen in here is on. They have to be hosting somebody pretty soon. Up these stairs is probably our last chance we're gonna get to get in one of those clubs. With those doors locked, I'm not feeling great about it, but we're all about the college try. One last shot. Come on. Nah. All right, well, I'll take a nice concourse walk. Might as well see what's at the bottom of these stairs on our way out. Could be something. This is a long way down. I'm hoping for like field access or maybe even locker rooms too. I think both are on the table. I'll start with this door. This is just gonna be more concourse. Nothing more to see on this side. It's all the same concrete and nothing. Let's keep trying our luck. Gotta be field level. Come on now. Someone's gotta be around here too. It's wide open like that. Can we get up here this way? This might be something for us. Come on. It's gonna be the same thing. It's not it. We're done here. I think over here might be the locker room though. Some old ass doors. Got a padlock I'm definitely not getting through, but here's our first room in the place. Looks about what I expected it to be. Just a whole lot of old and dusty. All the Independence Bowl is. Actually, we did get to the locker room. Let's go. And just as we expected, this is kind of rough. So many teams every year with top of the line FBS facilities, grind it out, achieve their goal of making a bowl game, getting to the Independence Bowl, and go into lockers that are built for a 7th grade basketball team. You hate to see it. All of this along with a bathroom, a little mirror selfie, and this wood cupboard for some reason. It's just cleaning supplies, but this thing is just so out of place. At least we got a little round table meeting for the coach's room. I would like to know the last time anyone's had a meeting in here. But that's all there is to see. We got a dip now. Can I even get down to this field? I feel like these are all pretty gated up. There's our last open gate. Oh yeah. Let's knock this out. 1 for 1 from both sides. We're off to Jackson. And now the gate we walked in through is locked up. Shit. Well, that's not ideal. Let's see what we can make happen here. I might just jump this fence and be done with it. That looks pretty doable. Only to get out, not to get in. And we're kind of on a time constraint going to 2 more stadiums today. Could have been worse. Is this fair actively going on? It's a Thursday during the day in October. It's kind of crazy. And also as we get to this side of the stadium, this is why we did not spend too much time on this side of the stadium. What's up, cops? All right, we have made a stop number 2, and I'm gonna call it right now. This is absolute horseshit. First off, I knew today was gonna be a lot of driving. I knew getting into all these stadiums in daylight was going to be a push. I thought I had 2 during the day though. Got here at 6:30. It might as well be midnight. And since we're in the middle of Jackson, Mississippi, not the best area of the United States, we have cops blocking the stadium that I already walked past this gate, and now there's cops there and it's kind of scaring me. This is a 60,000 seat stadium right here that hosts Jackson State right now, the only stadium we're going to that actually does have week-to-week football. But before that, this is where Ole Miss Mississippi State hosted their big football games when they couldn't have 60, 70,000 people going to Oxford and Starkville consistently. I want to put a little bit more effort into this stop, but if I go past that gate, I'm pretty confident that I'm just gonna get flicked anyways. So we'll see. Actually, you know what? We're actually gonna go past there and make them tell me no. We'll see the cops as I roll up. I'm just in a parking lot. The worst you can do is tell me to leave, right? So far, so good. I mean, this is an open gate, even though it does have a police tower right there. Yeah, I don't think this guy's bothered by me. One bit. So we can see some of the stadium. Great. Once again, home of Jackson State. We are gonna need to go past some cops and check any kind of gates though. I wonder if the security guy right here is gonna have an issue. Going the opposite direction? All right. I guess there's more crime going on in Jackson, Mississippi than people walking on fields. Who would have thought? Let's see what we can all take in up here. I'm not expecting much, but who knows? Anything right here? Nah, that's another cop over here as we're walking around. Just doing anything like this at night is so much more sketch than doing it in the morning. And I'm really not trying to find out what this is gonna be like in Birmingham 3 hours later than right now. We might just need to save that for the AM. No gate right here open, no gate right here open. We have an overflow parking lot that I could get through to get to something, but once we get in here, that's also not gonna be open. Barbed wire gate, that's tough. Definitely in Jackson still. And on that, I think we go to Birmingham. Birmingham is going to be an 11 p.m. arrival. That is just fantastic. That is not gonna fly. If you think we're missing out on much, I promise you we're not. This is a super, super old bland concourse. Seems to be the theme with these stadiums. Not a lot of character. I will say there's a little bit more going on at Jackson State than the Independence Bowl. Like there's a few things up behind me to like even get a sense of life. Independence Bowl had nothing. If you wanna know how much a beer is at a Jackson State game, there you go. But we have tried everything in here. We got to get going now. I think right now what we have to do is just do Legion Field at Birmingham in the morning. I really want to get at least 2 of these in daylight and have a chance to get inside 2 of them. The only way I do that is I do it way in the AM at Legion Field. It's not happening this late at night. I still have to get to Bowling Green, Ohio for a 7 p.m. Eastern. We're in Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern puck drop for our first hockey game in the series. So we're really just going to be at the very crack of the AM and then go into Legion Field and going straight up to Bowling Green from there. And here we are, home of 1996 Olympic soccer, home of UAB up until about 5 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, the 80,000 seat Legion Field. This is a 98-year-old stadium that not just was home to UAB, it was most notably home to Alabama and Auburn home games up until like the early 2000s. Not all of them, of course, but most of the good ones. The Iron Bowl just started being played on campus at the turn of the century. And then like your Tennessees and the LSUs of the world, all of the biggest games for Alabama was hosted in Birmingham. So when we think about Bear Bryant's legacy, really anything that happened at Bama pre-Saban, it all happened here, and we have a gate to check it out. That was actually way easier than I thought, and I don't think that gate would have been open last night. Feeling good about the call that I made. What's up? I was just looking to check out the stadium. Is that okay? All right, wait till business hours? Okay, I can't do that. Sorry about that. That's so trash. I mean, he said you can go in during business hours. The only problem is we have to be to a Bowling Green hockey game. And if we leave during business hours, we aren't gonna make it in time. That's kind of the flaws for 100 stadiums, 100 days, but anyone in the G Federation that follows along, you guys all know that. Let's just take one more lap around here to see if we have any other chances. It's not news that porta potties smell bad, but holy crap. It smells like these have been shat in for a month and no one's cleaned them. Well, that's not great at gate 16, and that sign isn't great either. Also really close to the field. We are not far from getting in here at all. I'm pretty bummed about the business hours thing, but at least I know whether I came late last night or early this morning, it didn't really matter. Cool, you can go here during business hours, though, if he's confirming that. This right here is an old stadium shot. Look at how tall this ramp is. How long would it take to get up the spiral ramp? I'm so happy places don't really design these anymore. These are the absolute worst. Here's the rest of the area around the stadium from the outside. Once again, pretty bland, not a lot going on. We might be by a school or something. We got a basketball course right here, a soccer field that looks like it should be condemned, which also might happen to this guy pretty soon. Even if we don't get in, I'm very happy I'm here. I don't think the thing is going to exist in less than 5 years. For those that don't know, UAB, who used to play here, now has their protective stadium that's like, I think it was built in 2021. I don't really see what this would be needed for at this point. That thing hosts like 40,000 people. Birmingham's not the biggest city. There can't be too much going on around here that would need 80,000 seats. I guess they just had the World Games here in 2022 though, so shoot, who knows? Also, this is just such a good old school entrance. Sleeping Lions at the front, Eagles on the poles right here. I think that's Bear Bryant in the middle. Let's go see. Yup, that is a Bear Bryant memorial with a quote from Ronald Reagan. Interesting. And then to the left and the right of that, we have a bunch of rusted out names without a title for what they're for. I assume these are veterans. Could be wrong though. And yes, there is names on it. You have to get really close to see it. Seems like this ticket office is the only thing left I can check out. I would be pretty surprised if I can get in here though. Yeah, that's not happening. Door locked. Oh well. Well, for better and for worse, that took less time than I thought it was going to. For worse, because we only went 1 for 3 on this walk-on challenge day. And for better, we have Bowling Green hockey today that we have to leave for right now as we're in Birmingham, Alabama. That is a 9-hour drive I am absolutely dreading, but at least once we get up there, we're gonna be in the Midwest for a few days. Hockey night for Halloween, day right after the biggest rivalry in the MAC, at my favorite school, Western Michigan. Then the day after that, then we got a few more tours coming your way. Stay posted, make sure you're subbed. Appreciate y'all.